Hello, Leo, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your connection to the person that you are currently dealing with and needing to learn the most from right now. We've got all three sides of the connection. We've got your energy toward it, their energy toward it, and the energy in between it. Concept being that there are three sides to every story. These energies could very well be swapped. You could resonate more with the energy to my right than to my left, or if you're a cross-watcher, vice versa. Please remember this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what does not. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. All right, Leo. This is an interesting one, just right off the bat. You have assurance with clear out the old. You also have both. So this clear out the old card is number 5, and this assurance card is a 14. So 5-5, right? Which for me and kind of how it's coming through in this reading have always kind of meant changes. Changes in this connection are currently taking place or have taken place. And the reason for that, because I feel like you're looking for some sort of assurance in this connection. I feel like you're looking to know that, this person loves you or cares about you or whatever the case is. But I don't feel like you're getting that. I don't feel like you're getting the reassurance that you're looking for. Now, this connection's in an energy of kind of clearing out old energy that maybe you guys both have had from, past relationships or past situations that have kind of you've brought into this connection. And it almost feels like maybe you've had past connections, and maybe even including this connection, that have kind of done you wrong. And now that the assurance you're looking for is to alleviate the fear of the past kind of repeating itself. So I feel like that's really what you're dealing with. Now, their side of the connection, they have an interesting kind of energy because they have higher ground with bountiful harvest. And so it feels like they are, first and foremost, there's a new perspective that is needed on their side of things. I feel like they need to look at things from a little bit of a bigger, perspective kind of point of view, because with this bountiful harvest, I feel like they're really focused on their material world. It feels like they're really focused on maybe their job or the way that they look to other people. It feels like they're more concerned with what they achieve and receive as opposed to kind of this connection right now. And I feel like this higher ground card is the universe kind of asking them to raise their perspective a little bit on what's important, because I feel like their priorities are a little jumbled here. Now, in between this connection, you have fresh approach with illumination. So something about this connection is coming to light. And I feel like these changes are bringing something to light, or will bring something to light, that will allow you guys both to approach this connection from a little bit of a different point of view, which I really feel like is needed. So I was blocking my face. I didn't realize that I was looking at this imagery, which is really needed here, is like a new point of view, because I do feel like the changes that are happening in this connection are for the better. I don't know if it feels like that because I don't really know what the changes are, but I feel like there's this level of you looking for, I don't know, let me pull cards before I start trying to guess here. But let's start by looking at Leo's side of this connection. This is Leo's side of the connection to the person they are dealing with. Leo's side of the connection to the person they are dealing with. This is Leo's side of this connection. Leo's side of this connection, please. I can also see this as like you're kind of going through some personal changes too, maybe that are affecting this connection. Something from your past, which I see with clear out the old. Your past is getting in the way of things moving forward in this connection. But what about your past? Let me clarify the 6 of Cups in reverse. I don't know if I'll be able to get specifics, but what can I get more on the 6 of Cups in reverse, please? Clarifying the 6 of Cups in reverse. Okay. Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and the Devil. The Queen of Swords in reverse. So I feel like things in this connection have not gone according to plan by any means. And it's actually brought up a lot of the issues that you've experienced in past connections, but it kind of feels like this connection is like accumulation of all of them. Like it's like if you've dealt with like betrayal or abandonment, then this person, like if you like one relationship in your past was like they betrayed you, you felt like they betrayed you. Another relationship was like you felt like they abandoned you. This connection is like both. Like they're both kind of that betrayal and abandonment. Now I'm not saying that those are those are actually what's happening here, but it just feels like this connection is bringing past lessons to the surface in some way, shape, or form. That's why you have clear out the old here. This is Leo's side of this connection. Leo's side of this connection to the person they are dealing with. Oof. You have felt burdened by this connection, Leo. It's brought you, it's very, you are, it's very heavy energy that you're carrying here. And I also feel at the same time that you know, in this connection have kind of taken on this person's emotional burden as well. Like if they aren't fully able to open up and be vulnerable, it's like you bear the weight of that. You build, because you know, when you aren't being told, that's why you have this assurance. When you aren't being told how someone feels about you, you're kind of left to guess for yourself, right? And the first way that you're going to kind of view that is going to be through the lens of insecurity, you know, fear and insecurity. And so it feels like this person, because it feels like you've been left very confused. You've been left very confused, very uncertain, very unsure. And I feel like that's keeping you very, so I have illumination. Like it feels like you've been left in the dark when it comes to this connection. And I don't know, I don't really necessarily feel like it's this person's intention, but I do feel like this confusion has been an aspect of you kind of taking on their burdens in a way. This person's side of the connection, or Leo's side of the connection to this person. This is Leo's side of the connection. Because you're very stressed about this, or at least you were. Like this connection provided you with a lot of stress and anxiety and uncertainty. And Leo, that's not how loving connections are supposed to feel, right? They're supposed to feel, not that, you know, certainty is always a part of the, you know, the plan, but or the picture, but it just feels like, you know, when you're in a connection with the person, people, you know, people that you're supposed to be in your life, there's no uncertainty. There's no second guessing how they feel about you. You know, they make you feel loved, they make you feel cared about, and they don't, yeah, it's like they don't leave you guessing. And for some reason, this connection has left you guessing. So you have this assurance card. It's almost like you're looking for assurance in this connection because this person isn't providing you with it. Now, you also can't rely on them to provide you with reassurance all the time, right? Because that's looking for security and stability in somebody else. But sometimes you deserve to feel reassured, right? Leo's side of this connection. This is Leo's side of this connection. High Priestess in reverse of the King of Wands. You're not listening to your intuition about this connection. Because it feels like you're very, this connection is very stuck. It's definitely very stuck in where it is right now. And it's been really hard to get it out of this place. And it just feels like you guys are hitting like obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. Like there's more obstacles in this connection than it is like smooth. Now, sure, you will always have obstacles in connections. That's just kind of part of it. But this one feels like there's been more challenges than good times. Like I said, it feels like it's been more of a stress for you than like a more of like a point of making you feel good. Like it's made you feel more bad than good. Leo's side of this connection to the person they are dealing with. It's like, connections are supposed to be partnerships, right? So the Three of Pentacles here, and it's not this connection. I don't feel like this connection is like fully fallen apart. It could have. It could have like completely. But this person, it doesn't feel like they've been a partner to you in this. No matter what that is, no matter what kind of connection you're dealing with, whether it's a friend, family member, anybody, right? It feels like instead of working with you, maybe they've been trying to control the connection or they've been trying to control you. Like they're not, it's like they haven't been working with you. There's been a lack of partnership in this connection. And that's why you have this 10 of Wands. It's like you've been the one carrying the burden of this connection. And it started to feel like a burden to you because I feel like it's heavy. Carrying your own stuff is heavy, right? So carrying this person's stuff is going to be nearly impossible for you. Leo's side of this connection. There it is. There's the Eight of Pentacles. See, you're doing the work on this. Because it's like you're trying to work on bringing things back. Or because if this connection is over, then you are the one doing most of the work to try to bring harmony here. And it feels like this person isn't reciprocating that. This person isn't reciprocating the work that you've been putting in. And that has now started to weigh on you, like heavily weigh on you. And it's like, that's why you're looking for assurance. Like you're looking for almost like, yeah, like assurance that this person even really loves you or cares about you, because I feel like they haven't, I don't know, it just, we'll look at their energy, but it just feels like they haven't really shown you that. This person's energy toward Leo. This person's energy toward Leo. Now, I don't necessarily know if that's intentional or if they're just priorities are all kind of jumbled, but let's see. What is this person's energy toward Leo? Higher ground with bountiful harvest. Oof. Okay. This person struggles with ego. So like I said, I was like, they're more concerned with like how they look or like their material endeavors of some sort. Like it's like they haven't made this connection or you a priority. The decisions that they're making and have been making have been based on ego, not on love. This person's energy toward Leo, please. This person's energy toward Leo. They're uncertain about this. And that uncertainty has really come through to you. It's like they're they're not like I don't want to say you're an option to them, but they're not certain about you. And you deserve someone who is certain about you, certain about having you in their life. Like it's like I just feel like, yeah, it's kind of like this wishy-washy energy. Like, I don't know, they're not showing you that they're sure of you. This person's energy toward Leo. And that's why you're looking for this assurance, but I feel like they're not really willing to give that. Now they might well, let me see. Let me get more here. This person's energy toward Leo, please. See, they take you for granted, Leo. Because you've been bearing the weight of this connection, and they're just kind of like, whatever. And you're like, man, this is freaking heavy. What are you talking about? Whatever. It feels like you're kind of carrying the weight of this. And it's like they don't see all that you've done for them in this connection. It's like they don't appreciate you for everything you are. And even though you shouldn't be loved and accepted for the things that you do, they're not really giving you credit where credit is due in that sense either. This person's energy to Leo. This person's energy to Leo, please. That's why they have higher ground. It's like they're only really interested, I feel like. Yeah, gosh, okay. Here's the King of Pentacles in reverse. They're only really interested in like what they can get. You know, I don't necessarily know if they're super interested in building something reciprocal. And you do not deserve that. You deserve so much more than that, Leo. No matter what kind of connection this is, right? Even if this is like a friendship. Because this person with the King of Pentacles in reverse, I mean, the King of Pentacles in reverse and the Sun in reverse is always a pretty, like when I see those both come out in an energy read, those are both pretty certain energies of someone being a bit too much in their ego, a lot in their ego. Like the King of Pentacles in reverse is like materialistic, only really cares about appearance or, money or what's on the outside and like not focused on what matters within. Now, a lot of times when people aren't able to focus on what matters within, it's because they don't know, like their ego is the only part of themselves that they really know and love. And I feel like this person struggles with that. I just feel like maybe you've told them like you need to heal or you need to go to therapy or something like that. And they're just like, no, I don't. Like, there's nothing like they're not self-aware enough to see the what they're not self-aware enough to take responsibility for the things that they do wrong, especially in terms of how they treat you. And that's sucks, that someone is like that towards you, but I mean, Leo, you deserve a million times better than that. Because I feel like this person puts it all on you. Maybe all the blame is on you. Like, you're like, well, I'm unhappy in this relationship. And they're like, well, that's because you're never satisfied. Like, you never do, you're never happy with what I do for you. I do all these things for you. And you're just never, you're never happy about it. It's like, it becomes your fault that you're unhappy with how they're treating you, right? This person's energy toward Leo. This person's energy toward Leo. Yet this is their priorities are off. There's the High Priestess. That's you. I feel like this High Priestess is you. And you have the Four of Cups and then the Ten of Wands in reverse. Look at that. They're dumping this burden on you. They have it in reverse with the High Priestess. They are just dumping this burden on you. It is. It's like they're only concerned with what they can get. This person needs to go to therapy. Maybe they're in therapy. I don't know. But if they are, they need to get a different therapist. I'm never going to be one who puts all of the blame on, one person. It takes two people to create any kind of toxic situation. I truly believe that, because it takes one person who does kind of the toxic action. It takes the other who, doesn't see their worth and accepts that, right? And sometimes we don't have the ability to, find our independence and freedom from those things. So I'm not sitting here saying it's one person's fault, right? Or it's not, there's a difference between blame and acceptance, right? And I feel like blame and acceptance of responsibility, I guess, is what I'm getting at. And I feel like this person, they're very much on the kind of toxic side of things, I feel like. Not really self-aware, doesn't know how to take accountability. And I kind of feel, Leo, like you might be like on the other end of that spectrum. Has a tendency to take all of the responsibility, is willing, kind of the first person to apologize, things like that. And when those two kinds of people come together, it can end up being really unfair for those that are on your side of things. This person's energy toward Leo. This person's energy toward Leo. What does Leo need to know about this person's energy toward them? Okay. 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. I'm going to try that again because that King of Wands keeps coming out. All right. So this person's energy toward Leo. I don't really know why that happens sometimes. It feels like maybe I'm not like as tuned in as I need to be. This person's energy toward Leo. High Priestess in reverse. Oh, I see what that was saying. Because this is that again. This is because it says, what does Leo need to know about this person's energy? The High Priestess in reverse. Then you have this Five of Swords in reverse. And there's a level of you, Leo, that feels like you have to protect yourself from this person's energy. I want a little bit more on this. You feel like you have to protect yourself from this person. And you certainly, yeah. And there's the Ace of Cups in reverse, but it's like you're not, it's like you've been kind of pushing down the way this person has been making you feel. Like you've been kind of just like shoving all of that energy down. And it's been very, that's why you've built up this burden. It's like you're now like it's very heavy. It's hard for you to carry. And it's because you've kind of ignored the way that this person has made you feel for so long. And that's created this like giant emotional burden for you to bear, because you're not just bearing the pain that you're experiencing, you're bearing this person's inability to show up for you and to love you in the way that you ultimately deserve. All right, Leo, we're going to hop on over to the extended. You have illumination with fresh approach. So something is needing to be brought to light so that you can approach this from a different perspective. I'm going to pull 9 different messages, and then I have an advice card to pull at the end. So thank you so much, Leo, as always, for the purchase of those extended readings. I just like to make the note every now and then, even if you don't purchase the extended readings, I still very much appreciate you. I mean, the views, the likes, the comments, just in general, supporting me as a reader, it means more to me than you know. But this is this is what I do for a living, and the fact that you guys make that possible is unreal for me. I'm very blessed that this is what I get to do. So thank you as always, and I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Leo.